jurisdiction. What we are going to do though was take a look at music plus videos, which is aka Zune on Windows Phone. If you notice here, I've got Diddy right here because that was the last thing I was listening to. But this icon will change depending on what's the last artist you listened to. Little thing to note, it's called Music Plus Videos, but has a Zune logo on the icon. I don't know what the deal with that was, but whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and go in, get the nice flippy animation here. Now, I was just listening to some some FM radio here, so that's what that was. But starting once you get in here, you'll find the history if you just listen to something, and it'll go over for about 2 rows. This will also integrate with things like a YouTube and the twit.tv app. So later on we'll see that at the end of this. But then it'll show you your new stuff that you've just synced. These should be tiles with album art. For some reason they aren't. I don't know if that's particular to my version of this new software acting a little weird or something, but there you go there. Has some more new there. And you've got that marquee I was talking about. So YouTube shows up in here. Twit.tv is also showed up in here, and I believe Last.fm and Pandora, when they are implemented, will also show up in here. So that's pretty cool. There's a giant picture of Diddy in the background. And there is the Zune interface you're used to. So you've still got the giant shuffle button to the left of the music, which I find is a great way to get an immediate shuffle started. It's the first thing I hit when I get in the car in the morning. You've got the music thing here, so you can do that. I don't have much on here, but if you tap the tiled squares, you'll be able to sort more easily through a long list of albums. That's something that started in the Zune HD and gladly made its way over here. Let's go see. So albums is sorted a little differently on this than it is on the Zune HD. So with the Zune HD, you'd get 3 tiled albums with the color squares all in line. So you'd be able to see more at a time. With Windows Phone, it looks like they went differently here and decided that it'd be a better idea just to show one album going across, and then more about the album there. So that's nice, but it doesn't. It puts the album cover in focus, but also gives you information about it. So in case you don't know, say what the name of the album is or what the name of the artist that you're looking for, it's all right there for you. So I found that pretty nice. There's going to be your song view right there with shuffle all at the top. And again here with the tiled squares, you can immediately browse the name of songs. You've got your playlists. Now, immediately what you'll notice is that there's playlists, genres, artists, albums, and songs. But there is no channels in this. So if you're one of those people, if you're one of those Zune users who've gotten used to channels, if you're going to be using this as your main device, that is not going to happen. You're going to need to be using a Zune HD if you're really that dedicated to channels. I don't know many people who are, but I think it's worth mentioning. Another thing that's worth mentioning here is we're going to pull up an album here. We're going to pull up an artist, let's see. Okay, so we just pulled up Drake, right? Now, I don't know if you can see this because his background's pretty light here. I guess you can see when it floats over his hair. But there's albums, there's songs, there's a biography, and then you get back to albums. There's no related artists. There's no pictures to browse through. You still got your links to the marketplace. But there's also no smart DJ. And that, to me, is a little strange. Now, you can add to now playing. Do what you want there. We're going to add to now playing. You can also pin it to start. And now it's playing for us. Yeah, you can find more in the marketplace and you can share. Another one of those things that I find pretty interesting, let's pause this, is that I'm told that the heart rating system is buried somewhere in here. I couldn't find it, so I don't know what that is. I spent about a week with it. I never saw the heart rating system. So even if it is there somewhere, the fact that it isn't readily available on the front screen, I think is a problem. It's one of those things that really needs to be fixed. I don't quite understand that. Let's go back out here. Oh, wait, before we do that. There we go. Yeah, I still don't see it. Before we do that, I want to also show you the playback controls here. On the Zune HD, this would be your heart rating, and some more playlist functions would be here at the bottom instead of your play forward and backward. On the Zune HD, you need to hit a media button for that. On the Windows Phone 7, they've done it the correct way and actually included that directly on that screen that you're looking at. So I think that's a big thing there. I really think that the media button on the Zune HD was really one of the Zune HD's Achilles heels. Just wasn't a good thing there. Just not a good thing. You've also got a clock here on the top of it. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head, but Zune on the Windows Phone, just as the way Zune HD device, doesn't actually show you a clock for most of its interface. I don't know what the deal with that is even when this was Portable Media Center, apparently there's certain people in the design team who have a thing against clocks. Don't know what the deal with that is, but whatever. You can still select playlists from there, change your song. That's all there. Let's back out here. Okay, now we're back at the Music Videos hub. And let's see, we're gonna go back to Zune here. Now videos gonna be the same difference, right? So I actually don't have any videos on here, but I do have some video podcasts that should line up perfectly. Let's see. Yeah, now that's a video on Windows Phone 7. Now I don't want you to pay attention to the screen because then this is a prototype device. Although this screen does look amazing. Let's pause this. One of the weird things about Windows Phone 7, Zune on Windows Phone 7 is there is no scrubbing here. So with the Zune HD, I can go forward and backward just by rubbing on the bar there, the progress bar. That's out. In order for me to get to, say, here, say near the end of this, I've got to go all the way down here. I've got to sit here and hold the button like it's a VHS tape. I think one of the big things about having a digital media player is that I can go straight to the things I want to do. And personally, I think scrubbing is a big part of that. I'd like to see that come back, because that's strange. Right, we're going to go ahead and flip this back over here. That's videos. And we're also going to use that same tutorial, that same area for a podcast demonstration. Your audio and video podcasts are here. They're sorted between audio and video, so that's nice. One of the weird things about this, and let's pull up something next to the tile. One of the weird things about this is you're going to do a long press here. There's pin to start, and there's delete. There's a third option that was here on the Zune HD, and it's called Marcus Played. Marcus Played has been taken out of Zune on Windows Phone. So, if, say I wanted to get rid of, say I like KEXP Video of the Week podcast, but I don't like this episode, which actually is the current situation. There's no way for me to delete this off of Windows Phone without taking off the entire podcast. And that's pretty much a bad rap. With the Zune HD, I can just get rid of that specific episode that I don't like. With this, no dice. No dice. I don't, again, a small thing, but I think that was one of the things that I missed this entire week too. Alright, let's go back. Actually, if you go forward, we're going to go back to the menu. Radio. Now, I've just hit radio. It's giving me a line about how it needs an antenna in order to play it. That's fine and dandy. What I find here is that even with the headphones plugged in, this radio doesn't play through the speakers, right? So you've got a sophisticated smartphone that can stream music and do all this other stuff. It has a speaker, it has a built-in FM tuner, but the built-in speaker won't play anything from the built-in FM tuner. I find that to be, I'm told that Android is like that too, but I find that to be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And to me, it just really rubbed me the wrong way for some reason. Here in the FM tuner, it still works the same way in using HD. You can slide left to right. There's no HD radio on this device. I'm told that you can actually, hardware manufacturers can include HD radio if they so choose, just none of them have chosen to yet. I'm hoping that they do, because that's really one of the requirements for my devices. You can still, let's see here, let's see if we can find something here. Oop. Yeah, because I didn't put it in there, we can't find anything. But you got your play button here. You can favorite something. You can favorite a radio station here. You've also, if I remember correctly, can use Byte.fm. And what that means is that it will use the metadata on the radio. Use the metadata that the radio station is broadcasting so that you can immediately buy that song in Zune Marketplace. And again, it's not here, but I'm pretty sure I saw it earlier. I just didn't happen to have any headphones plugged in. Okay, the last thing we're going to take a look at is the Marketplace. And I'm sorry for the length of this video, but I really want to... Now, they've got Eminem up here today, so I'm pretty sure you can barely see it. But, yeah, you've got the same scrolling action. You've got your new releases here. Got your top albums, your genres, and that's pretty much it. This background will change with the top artist. So this week's top artist is Eminem. So if next week's is say I don't know, 3LW, 3L a picture of 3LW will be back here. And that's cool. You can search the marketplace just by hitting the search button. Every Windows phone has one. What I do find strange is that, say if I liked a song that was Drake. Let's see, Drake. It's gonna search a little bit. Yeah. So Zune on Windows Phone actually allows you to browse playlists, and that to me is a big advantage over some of its counterparts. Zune on Windows Phone and Zune on Xbox can do that, and I think that's pretty nice. The problem here is, say I searched Drake, and because this isn't sensitive to what I'm looking at, it brought up an application about free dictionary and a bunch of other crap that I'm not actually, yeah, a bunch of other applications that I'm not remotely looking for. That to me is a little strange, but it's not a deal breaker. And here, let's accidentally. We're gonna go back to the home. We're gonna go back to the home screen here. All right, and I mean, that's it on Windows Phone. As far as hardware, everyone's gonna come with the same quality screen. Not the same quality screen, the same resolution. I believe it's 800 by 600. I could be wrong there. I'll amend the video if I am. Let's go back. They're also all gonna come with the search key. It's gonna be standard. That back button's gonna be standard, which is how you get around in this OS instead of tapping the top left-hand corner of the screen. And the other thing that's going to be standard are, and I don't know if you can see these two volume buttons here. Now, when you hit a volume button, in this you're going to hit that and play, forward, back, come on, and shut your ringer off. All that's up here. Again, not like on the Zune HD, where I think the only way you can get to those controls are there. You can get to them two ways here. Again, I did not notice harding. And speaking of the things I didn't notice, one of the big problems I feel as a Zune user, I feel the only way to review Zune on Windows Phone is two different ways. Excuse me. The only ways are two different ways. The first one is going to be, you can't, as a Zune HD or Zune user, excuse me, as a Zune user, you're gonna like it. If the only device you've used is a Zune 4, 8, 120, or 30, or 16, or what have you, it's gonna be a little light years above where you are. So the touch, I gotta admit, the interface is pretty slick. The history is slick. The fact that you can pin stuff is gonna be slick. But compared to a Zune HD, I have to say I was very underwhelmed. To me, it seemed like I was going backwards. And that's really about the things you're missing here. So one of the big things that you're missing is going to be, there's no smart DJ, there's no music picks, there's no channels, there's no related artists in the album bios, there's no photos in your album bios, artist bios, and I can't help but, the bigger one, there's no Zune Social here. To me, that all adds up to this really being Zune Pass on Xbox, not really Zune on Xbox, and that's a big problem for me. To me, Microsoft needed to nail Zune on Windows Phone, right? Like, this was the only device released this year. This is supposed to be the premier Zune device right now, and to me, it's not. To me, the Zune HD is light years ahead in just album and music discovery, and to me, Windows Phone just doesn't hold a flame. Zune on Windows Phone doesn't hold a flame to the Zune HD in music discovery. It seems here, it looks like they gave up on it. I mean, and the Xbox Live Hub, I can look at say my inbox, and I can, it's a lot more fully featured. Here, the Zune Social doesn't even exist. I mean, I can't browse what other people are listening, my friends are listening to, that I'm friends with on Zune.net. I can't look at anything that people have sent me from Zune.net. I can't look at my inbox from Zune Social. To me, it falls flat in terms of competing with the Zune HD. And to make it even worse, I mean, in a land where I can get an iPod Touch and just get a Rhapsody, Zune on Windows Phone needed to be nailed, and this just doesn't rub it for me. Now, if you're a normal user, and you're looking at Windows Phone anyway, for the apps and, the games, the Xbox Live integration, and the People Hub, this is going to be, it's not going to be horrible. It's bare bones, but you're going to get the job done. You're still going to be able to download music, you're still going to be able to stream music. It's just those extras, those things that make Zune, those things that differentiate it in terms of music discoverability and that kind of thing that just, it just isn't here. But I've gone on for a little while. Don't forget to leave me comments. You can find out more about Zune on Windows Phone, including a full feature length review that's coming up at about 1,500